I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, the last time I spoke about what I went through being in Japan, and Midori is from Japan too, so I'm sure she can relate it to some stuff. We have this is the standard, like the weight you have to be in. Everything is skinny over there. Everything we see on TV is this, right? Most of the time, Midori-san. If you're overweight, it's comedian. They're made fun of. It's not as like looked at beautiful. So I had to put this one together so you guys can get an idea of the what kind of pressure we get as a women in Japan. And in the United States we have a certain way, but I definitely feel Japan has a more crazy beauty standard to be certain way. So I talked about that last time, and then today I wanted to talk about my struggle having my beautiful pretty face. So when I was born, and then here is me showing my boobs with my big brother, and like I said last time too, I was just happy kid. I was so fortunate to have a great parents and great grandpa, grandma, and I was just a happy kid, but I really struggled with the body image. Even I didn't get the pressure from my parents to be certain way. You have to be skinny, you have to be this. I didn't get that, but I went through a lot of that body image, and I wanted to talk about my face that I struggle with too. So this is me going to the elementary school. So unhappy because I hated studying. But when people see Asian people say, "Oh, you guys have beautiful hairs, beautiful eyes," and usually Asian people, we don't like our eyes. I can say many of the Asian people I think struggle with it too. I don't know if you have a struggle with it, Midori-san, because you have beautiful open eyes. But like if you look at this one, they have the bright eyes, not slanted eyes like mine, or smaller eyes, and that's you see on TV all the time. And if you have the slanted eyes with no crease, and there was a TV program in Japan that people would call or write a letter or something, and then they would pick whichever, have the story behind it, and then they would have a complete transformation of cosmetic surgery. And then they would have like 10 people or something, and they would have beauty pageant with it. So it was interesting to see because people will have a different attitude from changing their outside. But I thought as a kid, I was something is not right about this. And the message I got from it was, if you have no crease in your eyes, sorry, you're not beautiful enough. And then if you see on TV, everybody has bright eyes, rounded eyes, the crease is big, so the eyes looks very different than most of, I should say, Japanese women that live there, or maybe everybody might be different, but that's how I felt. So around me, my friends started using like glue to create the crease, tape to create the crease, and I know that people will have a cosmetic surgery and they have a thread in the crease so they can create the crease. Nothing wrong with it because we all struggle, but like that's the struggle that we have. Even the other cultures say you guys have beautiful eyes. We don't look at it as beautiful because somehow we have the negative energy about the eyes. So my friends started using the glue and tape, and I was like, oh wow, it's cheap. Maybe I should try it. So I tried the glue, And I don't have a high school picture here, but I had eyes like this, and then I was trying to have a crease, so I have bigger eyes, and I feel prettier. Man, I'm struggling body image, and now my eyes and my face. I was like, that's too much. I got to the point where like I have to let go my face, because my mom always told me like, when you have a pain, I can feel it because I gave you birth. Mm-hmm. And then so I always felt against it to do something on my face or my body. So making the earring or the pierce hole was a big deal for me and for my mom. So maybe that's the reason that I didn't go into like cosmetic surgery, but I was really insecure about my eyes, and I felt very ugly too. I hated to be taking pictures at one point. My parents always said, let's take a picture. No, I don't want to be in it. No, I don't want to be in it. I was at one point, I was like the really against my face. And I was like, this is no good, but oh well, I can change it. So I went through it like that, and then I felt like back and forth, like always up and down, right? And I'm already struggling with my body image because I'm thinking I'm so fat in Japan. And I graduated high school, and then I didn't want to go to college, like the traditional college that people go to in Japan. Like we have the idea, if you graduate high school, you go to college, and you graduate and get a job and get married. That's the kind of message that we have, right? I didn't want to follow that stuff, so I was like, I want to go to this associate degree 2-year college, and I want to do what I want to do. It was not the smartest college or anything like that, but I went. And then I graduated that, and then I decided to go to Australia because I felt like I needed to get out of Japan. And I spent that time there for like 3 months, and I just loved it. I was like, I'm not overweight, I'm not ugly, I was fine. That's how I felt. So I was like, I have to go back again there. So I went back to Australia for about a year, and I was free. I didn't have to worry about to be certain look. I was just having fun, meeting people. I traveled half of Australia by myself, met many people, the great people that it was so much fun. And I loved myself. I just loved myself, who is outgoing, can get along with everybody, and I thought that's a great quality that I have. Mm-hmm. And my weight, I forgot about this stuff. I got to the point 132 pounds. Well, that's super overweight according to this scale. But I felt good because I was just, nobody's judging me being overweight or anything like that. So I was happy. And I felt like I finally got the confidence I wanted to get. And I just felt good. And then it was time for me to go back to home. And as soon as I got home, the super overweight, and my face was extremely puffy because of my weight gain. Of course, it will show on my face. So my eyes are puffier. I felt like a shit. Sorry. I felt horrible. And I was like, oh my God, again, I have to go through this. I just felt like I had myself. I felt confidence in who I am. And I loved myself. Oh my God, I have to change it. So this time I tried to lose weight for myself, not to try to fit it in the society. I had to do it. So I had the goal weight, which was 103 pounds, and I lost it. Well, it was not good enough. I still didn't feel good. Even my weight is 103. Can you see how tiny I am? No muscle tones. Thank you, Sandra. No muscle tones, nothing. It was just skinny. Mm-hmm. I should be feeling good. because that's what I wanted to get it.
Yeah.
But not good enough. And so, what is the good enough for us, right? What's perfect? What are we trying to achieve? That's what I talk to my clients too. When my clients say, when they lose weight, they get to the goal, they feel good, but they say, I don't feel good enough yet. But I always say, what is the good enough for us? What is the good enough, right? It's never ending. It's never perfection coming up. It's always something. And I felt I was not good enough because in Japan, I don't know if Midori would agree with this, but they have the ideas that if you don't have boyfriend, you don't worth it. Kind of message.
You're a loser.
Yeah, right? If you're not married early enough, sorry, you left over, kind of. And I'm always funny, outgoing person, so I always had guy friends, but nobody was like, hey, how you doing, girl? And I always felt I'm bigger than them too, even it's not true. And especially now, I'm sure I'm bigger than them. but it was always like that. So I started thinking, like, what is the problem for me? And I started. This is another topic, but I met an ex-husband and all the stuff went through, and I was like, what is wrong with me? Why I cannot grab my confidence even I got to my weight to 103 pounds. And then, by the way, that's still overweight according to the beauty ideal weight in Japan. But still, that was my goal. And I started thinking that I'm letting society, people determine my value, my beauty, my worth. Because I'm trying to fit it in because they are setting my value, my beauty, this, right? Why we cannot make them for us? And another thing was that I was letting what a guy say about me determine my value and my worth. So my boyfriend or ex-boyfriend might say, oh, you're beautiful. Thank you. And the next day he might get upset at me and you're fucking crazy. I believe that word too. So my confidence was always like this. I didn't like that. I wanted to have the confidence where I'm so stable that nobody can shake it. So I had to train my mind like we were training our body. We had to train our mind too. And I really, really had to come to myself that what's my value, what's my beauty, what's my worth. Nobody can tell me that. I have to put the boundaries that nobody can cross it. So now I'm with Larry for a while and I have my boundaries with him that he cannot cross it. Even he say jokingly, I'm like, I don't like that. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you just stepped in my boundaries. I had to do that with over my ex-boyfriend, but I didn't do that because I didn't know my worth. So my message today was that I hope you guys are not letting society or people decide your value or beauty or worth. I hope you guys are creating from your inside and that nobody can break it. So the other day I was talking to my friend, Joel, who is monthly service down there. And he said, what's been with you? How you been? So I was like, oh, I'm doing good. And he's like, oh, you been busy with training? I said, yeah, but my focus is more talking now. But I would like to speak about what I went through because I feel like as a trainer, it's important subject to me. So I was telling him and then he asked me, hi, Kayla! So this is Kayla, everybody. well, I've been trying to do a speech event, like little by there and there. And he was like, why you didn't do it sooner? And my response was like, well, I didn't have the confidence enough to speak in front of everybody because I'm exposing everything that I went through, and it's very painful to talk about before, but now I'm okay to talk about, but it was very sensitive to me still, so I couldn't talk about it. And also my confidence was there, but my confidence to speak in front of people with my accent was not there yet. So that's why I didn't do it sooner. So, and I also want to tell you guys this too. As a trainer, many of my clients think that I'm always confident. Like I don't have any problem. I never been overweight. I never had a body image struggle. So I started thinking that I have to talk about this too. And also, I don't wear makeup when I go to work anymore. It's because I want my clients to see the natural beauty too. That it's okay to be who you are too. So, because we have so much pressure to be certain way and certain look and certain weight and certain this and this and that. Now Instagram account is there, everything is show it too. So, but that's society deciding our beauty standards too, the values. So I hope you guys are not letting society or people decide your values and worth. So I hope you guys, it made sense to you guys. If you have any questions